Hey everybody, Briyo here, welcome back. It's Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. We're on Briyo, and we're on a lengthy journey to get an energy cell. It's the last energy cell to collect before we go to the Valhalla. I think on the Valhalla you only need 5? I may be wrong about that, but I think to actually get what you need on the Valhalla, you only need 5. Interestingly enough, we don't actually know why we're going to the Valhalla. We're just going to investigate it, but what we're going to get there is not really clear to us right now. So there are phasoids just flipping everywhere. So I'm just going to be very liberal with my hypermodes. I don't need to kill all of them, but in this room there's this half pipe, and we're not going to be able to really use this very successfully unless we clear this out. Very skinny half pipe. Cool. That one's easy enough. Just doing this to run by them to take no damage. And then in this room, there's a red phasoid. Hoping maybe we'd get lucky and find the one. We almost just died there. Yeah, because like if you get lucky and you find the actual one that's holding the red phasoid, you can kill the red phasoid and then just leave. You know, that's the most I can ask for. Got it. So now we have to find where that bridge is in Thorn Jungle. And by we have to find it, I mean I know where it is and we're going there now. So this is where we had to disable the anti-air turrets to bomb the second shield on Briyo. So that's where we're at right now. How dare you? How dare you, Phazon Grub? So if you look very closely up there, you see the little shimmery thingamabob. So our ship comes in and picks up the thing. Which opens up a hidden pathway. But now keep in mind, our ship is now holding a big generator thing. So we actually have to put that in the room where the energy cell is, which is near the Federation outpost, which is exactly why we need to extend the bridge so we can walk there instead of needing to take our ship. It's all coming together. I know that's what you're thinking. Good work, Briyo. It's all coming together. Also, this area would have been closed if we did not drop the golem head to break open the path. So that's why we wanted to do this side that we're in currently first. So now we have to get back to the room where the energy cell is, which is up this frozen waterfall. Ooh, don't fall. Just figured I'd wait it out with those because I really didn't want to get knocked off. Great. So here we are. We could drop this off. So doing it all in one go in the correct order It doesn't really seem that complex, but if you're trying to, like, figure this out, you know, you're, like, holding the golem head, and then you realize you can't do anything with it, and then you're holding the generator, and you put the generator back in place because you need to use your ship to go back to the outposts and all this shit. Okay, great. Just gonna take this thing out. It can get annoying. Oh, don't fall. Getting up there with our missiles. Great, there's our 8 energy cells. We're ready to go to the Valhalla. I'm going to clean up Briyo and Elysia, though, while I'm here. We're about to take a ride on the most nimble golem you've ever seen. It's incredible. Squat. Alright, so now we're currently on the other side of the crashed ship. But this general direction is taking us back towards the cliffside air dock, which is where we're going to leave after collecting our final few upgrades. I'm going to take these guys out just because they're extremely irritating when you're trying to traverse this room. The final 2 things are both through this little morph ball T-junction. Not through that door. Can open up this. Please? Please? There we go. We're also about to get our last logbook scan on all of Briyo, because we've got all the lore, and there's just one more creature scan. Having problems with Spring Ball today. When do we not have problems with Spring Ball? It's like activating sticky keys or some shit. Good memories of this from getting those Shriek Bats on the first try. To be fair, the Shriek Bats, they're hard to get on the first trip through certain rooms, but then they start appearing more consistently in certain rooms near the end of the game. Alright, here's what we're looking for. So there's a red phasoid underneath this golem. I guess I'll just kill these things so that they don't bother me while I'm trying to leave. Okay, great. Wow, those things are going to keep following me. They'll just home in on me the whole way. There's another room we can get to at the top here now because we've got the grapple beam and the ice missiles. I don't know if this enemy is just supposed to be an Easter egg. It's the Geemer. It's the only one in the game. It's like a good old school original Metroid enemy. But that's also the last scan on Briyo. Okay, so we're done with this area. We're done with Thorn Jungle, Cliffside, and the Federation Outpost. Get out of my way, hoppers. Who do you think you are? I saved your planet. I saved your whole planet. I understand that a wild beast wouldn't necessarily understand that. It's supposed to be some sort of, like, ecological connection, though, to the world. You would just, like, intrinsically know, hey, this is the being that just saved me and all of my future generations. No, I guess. See, there's some Shriek Bats. It's just they only spawn when you're coming through rooms from specific directions. So I kind of like this route to clean up Briyo, right? You get the energy cell and you can work backwards through to Cliffside. And then Fire Air Dock is separate from everything, so it really doesn't matter if you do that before or after. I guess in a way we could like go to Elysia now or go to the Valhalla now and then come back and do Fire Air. It's just, I think, I don't know if this is correct. It's possible that the cinematics for like taking off, traveling, and landing are slightly shorter if you don't have to like leave orbit to go to another planet. I think that just adds another extra cutscene, so you can get as much done on an individual planet as possible. We don't have much to get at Fiery Air Dock, but unfortunately, it's not lengthy, but there's just a lot of ground to cover, I suppose, in order to get these upgrades. Of course, we've got to get our red phasoids too, you know? We're immune to the fuel gel now, so we don't have to jump over it. It's just, I guess it might bog us down a little bit if we didn't. You know what, Reptilicus, I've learned the tragedy of your race. I'll let you live today. That Reptilicus is going to be the Albert Einstein of Bryonians for the new age. I wish this shortcut didn't require you to have to reactivate these grapple things every time. Once would have been enough. I don't even need to make platforms anymore. What am I doing? Just get out of my way, you fool. I think that once you kill the phasoids, like, they're gone, and the normal enemies respawn in certain rooms, but again, it's more time and health than it's worth, I think, than to just run past them in many instances. Similar like here, you don't have to freeze these things, but sometimes I think it does save time. Just spamming blindly, hoping that I can get any of them before they blow up in my face. Irritating warp hounds in it that have 1 billion HP. And slow you. Okay. So we need the Nova Beam for this particular upgrade. Now we can roll around in the goop. I think it's this way? I never remember. I'm pretty sure it's this. Nope. I truly never remember where this stupid thing is. I swear it was up here. Did I pass it? It was. I did go the right way. There was just another small opening. Probably better to map that out before you dive into the goop. Gotta plan your pathway through the goop for your goopcation. That's it. We came all this way for that. Pretty stupid if you ask me, but hey, that's fine. We're at up to 225 missiles. Now, it'd be nice if I could just take the shortcut out of here, but there's more to collect, unfortunately. Got a nice save station there if we need it, but we don't. Just get out of here, Phasoid. Alright. Got a red Phasoid in here. Oh, perfect. We found it. No! Come to me. Please. He's done it. Oh, what a pain. Okay. Well, actually, that was kind of lucky, so now we don't have to kill 3 other Phasoids and we can just leave. That's 5 of 10 red Phasoids. And we're going to go back to the warp zone now. I feel like it's kind of a dick move that they make you come back here. Like, it's not a big deal. But just, you know. I wish that they didn't. We basically have to go all the way around and back through this area. There we go. Spider ball track. So this spider ball navigation can be a little tricky. They try to trip you up a few times. Specifically here where there's like a very small half pipe, it's very hard to charge your boost, which can kind of mess you up. Okay, and then this also is like a half pipe. Alright, pretty sure we did it. It's just, especially at those mini half-pipes, there's places you can fall out. Cool, and that's it. Thankfully, it does put us back at the top. Alright, and now we're going to leave the same way we left when we got the screw attack. So I'm looking at my routing and I'm wondering, where's a good spot to actually stop this time? Because we've got Elysia to still go to, and then the Valhalla. Alternatively, I could just go to Valhalla now, and then do Elysia maybe at the beginning of the next video. I don't really know. Why don't we just go to Elysia now? The thing with Elysia is there's really not much to do, but there's an interesting amount of stuff to actually pick up, or time to spend, I should say, because we have to launch all those satellites. And we're going to get some lore for doing so as well, so we can read our research entries. So that'll be exciting. Am I right? Yeah, let's go and do that now. Feels like we can do all this cleanup, and then the Valhalla's kind of coming in last before the final stretch on Pirate Homeworld. So the only part of Elysia left is Eastern Elysia. We've gotten everything possible over here on the west, so let's head to Landing Site B, which is where we got our grapple beam. Ship grapple beam. These long transitions between worlds. It's, I mean, it's fine, but, you know, it's not my favorite. So we do have all the scans and all the lore available in Elysia. We are missing one red phasoid, a missile expansion, and then to launch all the Chozo satellites. Now, we don't have to launch the satellites. It's just something that I'm doing. Just for, like, completion's sake, I suppose. There are 2 of them that result in research data, so those, you know, of course I'll launch those. Please? Alright. So that's going to be our first stop, Chozo Observatory. See, look at the minimap. It's very convoluted. You can't really tell which door leads to what. A lot of it is just visually recognizing what rooms you're in. think it was a phasoid. There must be one. So let's clear this out. This is not a red phasoid, but we have to kill these. Oh, great. It's another reason why we wait to have the Nova Beam to come back here. You can't launch the last satellite until you have Nova Beam X-ray combo. Additional map data for Pirate Homeworld suit expansion locations revealed. So now anywhere there's something that you haven't collected, it'll show up as a little white dot on your map. Granted, in pretty much every place except the Pirate Homeworld, we have collected everything. Ether information added to Logbook. We'll get the second one, then we can read them both. So, like, all these three, you can't even get up here without the spider ball. The other three, you can get in without the spider ball, but one or two of the slots require the spider ball. So that's why I just came back here and did them, and I'm doing them all at once. Otherwise, I just don't see the point. Poof. Talon 4 information added to Logbook. Cool. So I guess let's break up the monotony of launching these and we can read about Ether and Talon 4. How about that? Planet Ether. Satellite information shows that Ether is slowly recovering from a cataclysmic event. A stellar object struck the planet with an incredible force, burning Ether's fertile plains and destroying the lush forests covering her surface. The planet's own energy supply, once torn in two by the impact, is now stable. The inhabitants of the world, the starborn Luminoth, have begun the long task of mending Ether. It's nice that they're doing okay. Talon 4 appears to be a utopia for biological life, containing an oxygen-rich and hospitable atmosphere. The planet is home to countless species of flora and fauna. Satellite scans detect numerous structures on the planet's surface, with closer examination revealing many of these structures to be of Chozo origin. Talon 4's scar, the result of a celestial body impacting the planet's surface decades ago, is still visible. Satellite scans are unable to determine the extent of the original damage, but the planet appears to have recovered from any negative effects of the object's impact. Well, that's nice. Good for those places. And I guess good for all the places we've also destroyed the seeds this time around. Downloaded the map for this area. I guess we probably should have done this when we came through the first time in retrospect, because that's, again, it's just the map. Looks like there's a save station we didn't actually go to here. I just saw one small blue room, and I know it's not an item, so it must be a save station. Alright, so we got the suit expansion locations for Skytown, of which there is one actually right by where we are, too. Isn't this thrilling? It's like watching the drill cinematics. Those were good times. Woof! Alright, Briyo suit expansion locations revealed, of which there are no longer any. But again, this makes 100% hunting so much easier. But I think to compensate, they made the logbook way more insufferable. Like, 2 was worse than 1 in terms of, like, easily missable things, and 3 is definitely worse than both of them. Poof! Alright, that's the last one. Norian suit expansion locations required. Of which, again, there were only, like, 5 of them. I think that does mark energy cells as well, and there are other hints that you can get for energy cells also, so there are options. I guess I'll kill this one because I really don't want it knocking me off. More phasoids out here. This is gonna be our red one. 900 kills. All right. I don't think you can actually kill those little ones. I don't think you can actually target them. They're gonna hit you. If you're overloaded with phasing, they're gonna do a boatload of damage. Where are you? Get over here. Get this out of our system. Very nice. That's 6 red phasoids. Keep it up, maintenance bot. Why? I'm holding left. All right, I'm holding down, and now we're moving. Weird. Something with the perspective and the way the controls are working. All right, look at that. That is it for Elysia. We launched all the satellites. Don't. Ooh. I risked it. A good way to close out Elysia, I guess. So the only way to leave, or rather the quickest way to leave, I should say, is just back the way we came. So we just have to backtrack a couple rooms. It's not that far. So I think that leaves the last Zoids on the pirate homeworld. And unfortunately, those are, I think, the worst ones to get. Like, the last 2 or 3 of them are the worst ones to get. Especially because one of them is located in a room where you also can get an achievement, like a separate achievement, but you can only do it once you kill the phasoids. So you have to go there, kill the phasoids so that the normal enemies respawn, and then you have to go back in order to get the actual achievement. It's just kind of a bummer, but that's fine. I've got the route planned out for it. We're just going to have to... In order to do that, you have to kill the phasoids, and then you have to reset the room, which basically requires you to move 2 rooms away. You have to move 2 rooms away. And then that will respawn the normal enemies. I mean, that's the case in all the Prime games. If you kill enemies and then you move 2 rooms away and then backtrack, the enemies will be back. But in terms of, like, natural pathing through the game, you know, I don't really like doing that. So I try to make routes so that they'll, like, circle around and then end up back in that room. But in this particular case, I don't know why I'm talking about this now. You know, we're a while away from getting these last final phasoids anyway. All right, this sidetrack to Elysia took longer than I expected. Well, it's time to go to the Valhalla. got all of our other energy cells. Gaflar system. And we could have traveled to the Valhalla as soon as we were made aware that it was found. And I think that was right after we had... I think it was right after we had killed Gore, and then we had gone back to Briyo to get the screw attack. I'm pretty sure it was around that time that 242 contacts us and says, hey, we found it. But you can't go very far without energy cells to repower doors. Alright, this place is pretty spooky, but we've got all our energy cells, and we're pretty decked out in general. So thanks everyone for watching. I'll see you next time. We're going to explore this place.